If you have ever dreamt of building your own home, the process is both incredibly rewarding and challenging in equal measures. With that in mind, here are 10 incredible homes from around the world to help inspire you. Here we will also help to address some other commonly asked questions on the subject of building a new home. So let's start. Number 1. Belle Grove Farmhouse. Belle Grove Farm is a farmstead visible on the first EDOS map. The farmstead is laid out in a regular E-plan with additional detached elements. The farmhouse is detached and set away from the yards. The farmstead sits alongside a public road in a loose farmstead cluster. This farmstead survives intact with conversion for residential use. Belle Grove Farm is a farmstead visible on the first EDOS map. The farmstead is laid out in a regular E-plan with additional detached elements. The farmhouse is detached and set away from the yards. The farmstead sits alongside a public road in a loose farmstead cluster. This farmstead survives intact with conversion for residential use. Number 2. Nannup Holiday House. The Nannup Holiday House forms part of a wandering path through the landscape from Perth to Nannup. This path dialogues with the landscape of intense forest, meandering river, and rolling hills. Each experience is carefully choreographed to enrich the occupancy of the house. A Jekyll and Hyde experience of the landscape is carefully controlled through oscillating vertical, forest, and horizontal, horizon, openings and the contrast of grounded and floating experiences. Number 3. Konechny's Ark. The architect behind the 2016 World Building of the Year, a museum that emerges from a public square in the city of Szczecin, designed the Konechny's Ark House for his own family. The main objective of the project was to make the most of the spectacular view, which led Konechny to propose a single-story dwelling incorporating a glazed facade that frames the landscape. Concerns about the security of the building on this isolated plot prompted the architect to integrate some unusual security measures into the design. The building pivots away from the slope, so that an area accommodating the bedrooms is elevated to first-floor height. Only a corner containing the entrance rests on the hillside. This corner incorporates a drawbridge which, along with a sliding wall, can completely conceal the full-height windows and narrow deck along this side of the building. Number 4. Bel Air Spec Manor. The flashy Los Angeles spec house, which Makovsky first listed in 2017, is one of the most expensive sales in the city this year. Named the Billionaire, the 38,000 square foot home boasts 4 stories, 12 bedrooms and 21 bathrooms. Every inch of the mansion is doused in ultra-flashy luxury. The top floor has a 17,000 square foot entertainment deck overlooking the city, while the back patio has a spacious infinity pool. A non-operational helicopter once used by filmmakers in movies sits on the roof. Inside, visitors will find a 40-seat movie theater, massage studio, fitness center, a cellar full of rare wine and champagne and an automobile gallery with $30 million worth of custom cars. The home's interior is decked out in furniture and accessories from designers such as Fendi, Bentley, and Louis Vuitton. Number 5. Stepping Stone House. The larger of the two buildings provides the family with a new living space connected to the existing house's ground floor by a structural glass bridge. The smaller structure accommodates a self-contained guest house with a kitchen and living space, utility corridor, bathroom, and a bed tucked in beneath the pitched ceiling. Stepping Stone House is raised above the lake on steel pillars, which protects them from flood waters and makes it possible to swim underneath them. The minimal steel structure was designed to give the impression of the building floating over water, the architects suggested. Light bouncing off the water reveals the building's undercroft, where the black steel ribs are highlighted against the white corrugated floor deck. Both structures are topped with sloping roofs featuring exaggerated eaves that shade the interiors from direct sunlight and provide a sheltered walkway connected to the living areas. Number 6. The Pyramid House. A solution was found in a wooden building designed around a pure geometric shape, balancing clean contemporary lines, traditional materials and complex spatial solutions. The house, built on a steep plot facing the shore of a Finnish lake, takes advantage of the outstanding beauty of its surroundings by creating special connections that are suitable for different seasons and activities. The main feature of the house is the fully glazed observatory at the top of the building. From here, elevated and unobstructed views of the beautiful surroundings can be enjoyed. This space is conceived to appreciate the peace and quiet offered by the views, but also as a mountain top from where to dominate the internal spaces of the house as a whole. It represents the focal point of the whole building. From the apex of the pyramid, the multiple levels of the internal space are flooded with natural light. Number 7. The Razor House. The Razor House, a dramatic concoction of concrete and glass overlooking the ocean in La Jolla, has traded hands for $20.8 million, making it the most expensive home sale in the seaside area this year. Designed by architect Wallace E. Cunningham, the modernist gem originally hit the market last summer for $30 million, and was most recently listed for $24.995 million. Cunningham designed the stunning estate to match the dramatic landscape surrounding it, and the home uses a cantilevered base to capitalize on the sweeping ocean views. The jagged, sweeping structure at times resembles a monument more than a mansion. The residence spans 11,545 square feet across 3 stories with a design palette of white concrete, stainless steel, stone, walnut and glass. Rooftop terraces sit above, and a subterranean garage lies below. Number 8. Updown Court. Updown Court is a Californian-style residence situated in the village of Windlesham in Surrey, England. The 103-room mansion has 58 acres of landscaped gardens and private woodland. It was, in 2005, the most expensive private home on the market anywhere in the world, having been listed for sale with estate agencies Savills and Hamptons International for in excess of £70 million, $138 million. Updown Court, a lavish mansion in Windlesham built by a man dubbed a fraudster by a High Court judge, has repeatedly been marketed as Britain's most expensive home. Baljit Singh Bandal created the luxurious, 103-bedroom home in Chertsey Road more than a decade ago. But his world began to collapse when he was charged with an alleged booze fraud. His assets were frozen and Updown Court was raided by HM Revenue and Customs, HMRC, in a blaze of publicity in 2001. Updown Court then sold in 2003 for £13 million, when it had originally been advertised at slightly more for £70 million. Number 9. Dracula's Castle. Castle Dracula is the fictitious Transylvanian residence of Count Dracula, the vampire antagonist in Bram Stoker's 1897 horror novel Dracula. The first and the last events of the plot take place there. The inaccessible stronghold, which initially symbolizes the vampire's power, finally becomes the scene of his extermination. The site of Dracula's home is only described vaguely by Stoker. The route descriptions hardly mention any recognizable landmarks, but focus on evocations of a wild and snow-covered landscape, haunted by howling wolves and lit by supernatural blue flames at night. Because of this conspicuous vagueness, the annotated Dracula editions by Leonard Woolf, Clive Leatherdale, and Leslie Klinger simply assume Bram Stoker had no specific location in mind and placed the castle in or immediately next to the Borgo Pass. Number 10. Elite Stone Villa. Set in Gorim, Cappadocia, Elite Stone House offers accommodation with a balcony or a terrace, free Wi-Fi and flat-screen TV, as well as a shared lounge and a garden. There is a private bathroom with shower and a hairdryer in each unit, along with free toiletries. Guests at the bed and breakfast can enjoy a buffet breakfast. Cappadocia Elite Stone House provides an ironing service, as well as business facilities like fax and photocopying. A car rental service is available at the accommodation, while cycling can be enjoyed nearby. Urgup is 9 kilometers from Cappadocia Elite Stone House, while Nevşehir is 13 kilometers away. The nearest airport is Nevşehir, 29 kilometers from the bed and breakfast, and the property offers a paid airport shuttle service. Uppals particularly like the location. They rated it 8.8 for a 2-person trip. Elite Stone will present here its many new ideas, particularly the innovative patented Elite system, an outstanding development that creates a whole new language for marble. That's it. Hope you like this video. Tell us the best house in the comment box.